providing opportunity for young people, if not people of your district, to learn. How far have you go with that?
Well, the scholarship is for a full year. It's called the Lawrence Morris Bachelor Degree Program, and it is intended to give opportunities and open up a brighter future for the young people in my district. Remember, the human capacity development is the best that anyone can offer any society. If we see most of the ills in this country, it's because we are lacking behind in human capacity. Thinking, I was reading on Facebook that whoever the next president is, that person should mandate a mandatory mental test. Because some of the decisions, some of the things that we do, you think that people are mentally deranged.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds funny, it may be a joke, but it is something serious that we need to build the capacity of our people. We need it. Our mindset is going down at a geometric progression in the gutters, and it's sad. So for me, my district, I want to boast after the first 4 years that I can boast of having 160 bachelor degree students from my district, even though we know the education system is a mess, but at least they would have had some knowledge imparted into them, at least to take it from somewhere. 1,000 miles begin with the first step, but they should be in the right direction.
Okay, let's go through this incident that occurred recently in your district, specifically last week Thursday, where two children went missing, and through the shares of doing shares from the level national police and other security apparatus, through your intervention as state representative, their body were discovered. And how far you going with that? With the police?
Well, the investigation is ongoing amidst the rumors that the alleged suspects have been released. I spoke with the commander last night. He said, well, there was one person that was released on parole, but is to present his living body every day because the investigation is ongoing. That I'm following closely because for me, anything that has to do with murder, theft, I'm totally against it. And these kids that were murdered could be my children. It could be your children. 10 years old, 9 years old.
And what happened?
Can you narrate a story?
Well, according to what I gathered, these two kids are kids that go to sell. They are more like breadwinners. They go to sell donuts, and they went out on Thursday and never came back. And Friday, Saturday, they intensified the search. On Sunday, they had the roadblocks in Kingville number 7. They were talked to. They left the streets. On Monday, the search began. I was called. I intervened. I went there. There were police that was called in. I called a forensic team. And everybody, we got on the scene, and we had almost 300 persons that were from the township that were divided into various groups to comb the entire township, search for the bodies. And in less than 20 minutes, they found the bodies. But then there was a tip-off that gave names of 4 persons that were picked up by the police the same day and were taken for interrogation. So I'm following the case slowly. Yesterday, I was contacted by the police that another 4 suspects were named from 15 Gate community, and they were also picked up. So for me, the investigation is ongoing. But again, our people, they are eager, they are angry, they want to hear what's unfolding, and so they are demanding justice, and justice must be served. Because they take into the streets, they go into the radio, which is normal. I mean, emotionally, everybody will feel downhearted. However, the rule of law must be the rule of law. If those suspects are found innocent, where they are interrogated, well, sad to say, but it's painful. But if at all it was my family member, I would want to presume that the suspect is guilty. But the law must take its course to investigate and come up with the facts that there are evidence to substantiate that he committed or they committed the act. If that is proven, they must face the full weight. If it's not proven, we continue to look out for those who carry out the act and bring them to justice.
Okay, let me bring you back to the previous discussion. You spoke about you have passion of when it comes to education, but if you may recall vividly, close to a barely little over 6 years ago, our former president branded this sector as a mess. we are a little over 6 years now. How do you look at our education?
Oh,
We
no,
are
no,
saying,
she branded it. So I'm asking you the question. You live in the country.
of course.
Do you think she was wrong when she said that?
No, she may be. People have.
She has her opinion.
Yeah, people have.
But generally,
Uh-huh.
looking at it from a generalization, was she wrong? She
I believe we have
wasn't.
a system that is working.
She wasn't. No, working doesn't mean it is efficient. Something is working doesn't mean that it is efficient. We have a lot of bunch of people here that sit in offices that have jobs. They are not efficient. I'll give you one example. I wanted to send out communication to the various embassies, to the various ambassadors. I called the Ministry of Foreign Affairs so that I could get a list of embassies accredited near Monrovia or to Monrovia with the current ambassador names and contacts and addresses. That wasn't possible. I went online. The information should be updated regularly. That is not done. Somebody is responsible to make sure that those things are done. Are they working? Yes, they are. Are they efficient? Hell no, they are not. So it's a mess. The system needs to be revamped.
Meaning President Sally was not wrong.
No, she wasn't. She still isn't.
Okay, so how do you look at it?
Well, we all know that it is a mess, and we all need to help it. We all need to do it. But if you have some of us that want to see things done properly, and others think that things should be wayward and just bypass whatever that should be obviously done, then we're not getting nowhere. I say to people all the time, all the wrongs, all societal wrongs have become Liberians' norms. And it's a sad thing.
There are other Liberians who are calling for a do not conference. They believe that in that way the sector can be improved.
For donor sector,
do not conference to help improve the sector, because they said the lack of funding is also contributing to the backwardness of the education sector.
While it may be true, look, this country is rich in natural resources. We have a lot of resources compared to other countries. Take for example the Netherlands. They're exporting flour. They barely have any natural resource. But I bet you if the Netherlands were to open up any opportunity here and say, well, we need 100,000 people from Liberia to come and help in our country, I bet we'll have 500,000 line up. They want to go there. But they've managed to do what is possible. Their brains are not different from ours. We have it's just the mismanagement, the corruption, the self-centeredness. It's too much, it's bad. It has rotten the fabric of our society. And this is the problem. We cannot continue to do this. Development begins with yourself. You may want to call donor conference. Yes, it's good. Call the conference. But do you expect people to continue to keep giving and giving and giving? Of course not. Development starts with yourself. In the morning when you get up, who brushes your teeth? You. Or sit down and say, I will not brush my teeth. Let me wait for my big brother or somebody to brush your teeth or to take your bath. You have to do it for yourself. When you do it and you say, well, somebody sees that, well, this guy he likes to take bath every day and he doesn't have soap, somebody will give you the soap because they see the effort that you want to be clean. Somebody will see that this guy wearing this one clothes every day but it's clean, they could give you another pair. But wherein we have that lackadaisical attitude and we recline right into the same thing that we want, everything we want, and our demands has become like an obligation that we think that people are obligated to us to give it to us. It is wrong. Nobody obligated to us here. Nobody. For no reason. We have to do it for ourselves. And it's sad. And it's from the grassroots. You walk in communities, you see grass all around people's homes. But they sit and say, well, the government hasn't come here to clean the grass. And and all of those kind of nonsense. You see, so it has gotten to the point where from the bottomless pit, it has become something that is like a disease that cannot be cured. But we remain hopeful. We remain positive that one day we will get there.
Okay, let me ask this final one from my end. I'm going back to the murder case in the district that we talked about earlier. Just want to know how you describe that as a city lawmaker. How do you describe?
It is unacceptable. It is ruthless, and it has to stop. This so-called Bujo business, killing people for power or making sacrifices for money, complete nonsense. You don't take the life. You don't give life, so you don't take it. I'm very much disturbed over that, and I will continue to pursue this to make sure that we get to the bottom of it.
This isn't the first time.
It's not the first time.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, just
It
this
happens
morning,
almost.
I heard that another case happened in Bentall. A girl got missing, and the family became tight-lipped on it for a week plus, and now it has come.
Did you want to responsible?
It's happening in Todi. You know, and these things have to stop. Law enforcement needs to wake up. You know, the former finance minister, Amara Kone, wrote on Facebook this morning asking whether there is a legislature, because he was summoned, I think, 64 different times, you know, asking for this, checking, balancing on what he did and what he didn't do at that time. What is happening now? Why aren't people being summoned? Because we have the oversight responsibility. And in as much as it is his opinion, but I think there are some facts in it. Why are we not summoning people who we have to hold responsible for certain things? The justice system is just a flop. The executive does whatever they feel like doing. The legislature, we just sitting like a spineless Homo sapien. Let me go biology. You know, it's sad. We try to summon certain people, they shield it. No, you can't bring this people. You know, I mean, it's wrong. And Liberian people are fed up with this. Sadly, we find ourselves in the same pot. It's like cooking your nice pan butter. You got this crab that is rotten. As long as it is in our pot, the pan butter smells bad. You will not say, no, I just bought a fresh cow meat. No, this meat, no, you say that soup smells bad. And that's the label we all have. And we have to fight to get it right, or try to remain distinct, to put yourself to stand tall. And that's what some of us are doing.
Okay, let me take you back, because for me, I have some interest in the education sector. Some people have a perception that Liberian students cannot compete with their West African counterpart, but the African counterpart. Do you hold such perception?
Well, that's a generalization again. There are Liberians that have performed dismally. There are Liberians that have performed exceptionally. It's up to the individual. You can take the horse to the river, but you cannot force it to drink. Learning doesn't stop right within the four walls of an institution or a school. It is up to you, the individual, to go home, study, make research, inform your mind, go out there. You've heard people say you travel through reading. So are we doing those things? No. There is also the saying that if you want to hide something from the Liberian people, put it in writing.
Why do you think so, Liberian student, when it comes to
No, they won't read. I mean, if you look at the general concept, honestly, we need a lot of work in the educational system. You have people who graduate from university cannot even write a fitting letter.
What do you think is contributing to all this matter?
Well, lack of interest, one. Self-centeredness, two. Lack of patriotism for country. We want these 3 G's. Get, grab, and go.
If you ask for a recommendation to improve the sector, what would be a recommendation?
First of all, you need to start with yourself, like I said. You have a leader who needs to clamp down on himself first. Be self-disciplined in all factors, in all walks of life. Your lieutenants, and hold them accountable for the sector that they control, to hold others accountable. And it will filter down. But if you have the leader that does something and expect that, no, you cannot be doing the same thing all the time and expect different results. It's unfortunate, but that's the sad truth.
Thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. We appreciate it.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.